Welcome back to the All Ball Pod. Special episode today. Lots to talk about. First of all, before we get started, thank you guys for 700 subscribers. We're on the road to 1K. Get us there ASAP. We're trying to hit that before the end of the season. Hit the like button as well. Get in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Lots of football to talk about, like I just said. Obviously, the Champions League quarterfinals are now wrapped up. There was big results in the Premier League title race last weekend that we didn't talk about. And, you know, of course, history was made in Germany. So we're going to be talking about all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's address the elephant in the room.
Big elephant. Big elephant in the room.
Champions League quarterfinals are done. What game do you want to start with?
Let's start with Arsenal Bayern Munich.
Okay.
All right. I personally was not tuning into this game as much. So let it be known, Arsenal fans, you're getting an easy one off of me. But you guys choked. At the end of the day, you guys choked. You guys shouldn't have lost 2 goals in that home fixture.
Of course not.
Especially and you just gave it to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, even they knew they were going to win this game. Everyone knew this.
Supposedly best defense in the league, concedes 2 at home, going into the Allianz
against the worst. No, not even against the worst Bayern side we've seen in the last 10, 15 years. A
while, yeah.
Absolutely reeks. This team reeks. They employ Eric Dyer. They have Kim Min-jae on bench.
How is Eric Dyer benching
starting 11?
Kim Min-jae, it's mad.
Absolute madness. Yet,
but we predicted it. Regardless of all that, we predicted it. We both said that Bayern Munich were going to go into the semifinals past Arsenal. We both said that Bayern's experience and this, you know, their historical presence in the Champions League was going to be too much for Arsenal, and it was obvious, bro. The Arsenal players, they didn't step up, not a single one of them, and there's a reason for that. Arsenal don't have a single star player, star attacker. You know, they have Starboy, right? But it was night outside. It was night outside, and we still couldn't see him.
I think that's 3 games in a row he stunk it up.
Saka missing.
Donny man.
Donny man against City in the title race. Donny man against Bayern away. Yeah. I mean, look,
he's limp man.
We don't want. He's a limp man. Literally, we don't want to disrespect good players because Saka is a good player. I think we can agree on that.
But it's the fans, honestly.
It's about how good is he, and we don't agree with, I guess, the overhype that he gets. Overhyped. You know, world class shouts. I don't like to use that term lightly because then it loses its meaning.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But
you knew it was going to be bad when Prime started making a bottle specifically for Arsenal. Like, come on, Prime. It
makes sense, though. They're bottlers.
Is what it is, bro. It just is what it is.
But yeah, Bayern
Congrats
blew.
to Bayern,
Congrats to Bayern.
It is Tuchel, bro.
Tuchel saves.
Tuchel in tournament play, it's different, bro.
He is.
It really is.
I think it was built for the Champions League.
It was definitely good that Guerrero was playing left back. We don't really see it often. Of course, Davies plays that position. Provides a bit more depth, more attacking depth that they desperately need, bro. Because Bayern's attack is just so stale.
It's stale. Without Musiala, it's pretty stale. Like, Sane is very wasteful. Coman's very wasteful.
But they have... It's not like... Okay, maybe it's not stale, but they have just the same player. They have dribble stars, bro. They just need someone who needs to cross the ball. Yeah, no nonsense.
There's not much variety, yeah.
And Guerrero prized that. And of course, he gets the assist for Joshua Kimmich.
What a goal.
Jinxie. Golazo.
Future City player as well.
Yikes. If you want him at City...
Kimmich? Pep?
That
Kimmich under Pep?
So,
Kimmich under
needy,
Pep?
Mate. He is needy.
Stop.
Of course, we can briefly talk about the games that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund. What a game, to be fair.
What a game.
Back and forth roller coasters. I thought Atletico had it once Hummels scored their own goal. It kind of seemed like this tide shifted. They got that another one. They were in terms of aggregate, but then Dortmund kind of just turned it up, bro. Honestly, fair play to Dortmund. Fair play to the yellow wall.
Honestly, it's a choke. It's a choke on Atleti's part, bro. Like, yeah, obviously you're going to Dortmund, not an easy place to go, but like they had their edge. They had a 2-0 lead in the first leg. 2-0 lead. Obviously that late goal that Dortmund got in the first leg saved them. And then even mistakes by Dortmund in the second leg, and then Atleti couldn't capitalize. I don't know why they wore those kits. Those kits have no intimidation factor. They lost their intimidation badge by getting rid of the red and white stripes. I think if they pulled up in the red and white stripes, it would have went differently. I genuinely, I think that would have happened. Those new kits, not vibing with them. They choke, bro. Simeone's knockout record stained by Dortmund.
Hey, man, all good things come to an end, honestly. It was bound to happen.
Sancho in the semifinal.
He didn't do much, to be fair.
He didn't.
Maatsen had a great game.
Maatsen made up for his stinker of a first leg.
Yeah.
Horrible first leg.
Mats Hummels, man. Let's take a pause, bro. He kind of got shipped off out of Bayern Munich, kind of getting washed.
I mean, he is washed, to be fair, bro.
Dude, he's putting in performances.
I get it. Like, you still got to praise him because he's still playing, starting for Dortmund top level at his big old age, but he does have the mistake in him, the bozo gene.
Barely. He doesn't have the bozo.
He does. He does.
Not even at his peak, he didn't have. He did
not
have
at this peak, but now
you can't just develop the bozo.
You can.
No, you can't.
Nah, because he I've seen him make many mistakes this season. He does have that clutch factor as well, where that like goal line clearance, goal line block. He has that.
But he's got the passing ability as well.
Yeah, he's all good on the ball. That's what saves him, and his IQ, of course, he's experienced. One of the most experienced center backs still playing.
Yeah.
It's fair play
100%.
to them. Fair play to Dortmund. I don't think many expected them to go through this, especially this far.
It was, I personally had Atletico going through, of course,
Same.
once they got that late goal at Atletico in Spain, going to Dortmund was definitely going to be a tough task because that atmosphere is second to none, bro. Like at the end of the day, atmospheres definitely matter. It's the 12th man. It really is. Especially in Dortmund, bro. The yellow wall is a big and real thing. It's going to be tough for their opponents. Of course, PSG took on Barcelona. What a game again.
Another game. Another
bottle
of a game.
Another bottle job from Barcelona.
It's a bottle job. It's a bottle job. They had the tie wrapped. It was in a gift wrap. It was ready to be gifted to the receiver, bro. And it was spoiled. The gift was spoiled.
It wasn't spoiled by the refs, as Barcelona players are complaining.
Of course not.
Because I thought the referee actually
spot on.
I think all refs, to be fair, did a really good job.
Yeah, no refs. There was no bad refereeing performances in this quarterfinal.
And look what happened. We had one of the best quarterfinals we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Premier League.
This is what
take
happens
notes.
when there's not a lot of egos in the refereeing. But we have to talk about the shifting tides point in the Barcelona game. Araujo, absolutely red card, 100%. That's just is what it is. That's just Araujo. That is him, bro. That's just he just has no on-off switch. He's just going into the tackle.
It's true.
And that's just what happens when you got, ill-tempered center backs.
Bro, they had the tie wrapped up. Like Rafinha goal in Paris, bro. In Paris. You're going up in Paris and what was the score at that point aggregate? Like, what was it? 4-2. It was 4-2 for Barca aggregate at that point. 2 goals up.
Yeah, 4-2.
And then Araujo just absolutely... Who did he foul again?
He fouled... I think it wasn't Dembele, was it?
No, it wasn't Dembele. It was I think it was Barcola.
Barcola,
unbelievable player. One to watch for sure. Unbelievable player. But yeah, that completely changes the tie. They come back into it. Dembele on Barca's Domski, 2 goals. Dembele has 3 PSG goals.
Yeah,
and 2 are against Barcelona. Madness. That just when you have that extra motivation, you're able to do things you didn't even know you were capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And then Cancelo as well, another blunder. Just lots of blunders within this Barca team. They lost composure. Xavi lost composure.
Yeah,
kicking things on the sidelines, getting sent off in his last Champions League game.
But it's not like they didn't have their chances when they were 10 men down. They had multiple chances. Gundogan, he hit the post. Lewandowski had a lot of chances that were very selfish. Rafinha had a great game.
Yeah.
Key players as well from PSG. Despite Dembele having the goal, of course, he didn't play up to par, I think.
He didn't. It was
same with Mbappe. He had a very Salah-esque performance.
Let's talk about Mbappe. Spooky
Still
tie.
2 goals though, nonetheless.
No. We're not doing that. Spooky tie from Mbappe. Look,
no, come on.
No, I'm not. No, come on. Because if Haaland stinks it up, if Foden stinks it up,
but it's different because he's checked out. He's already in Madrid.
We know
he's already in Madrid.
No, we know what people are gonna say if Haaland stinks it up, if Foden stinks it up. But Mbappe seems to have this little bit of protection that he can't do any wrong. He had a spooky quarterfinal performance. Yes, he has 2 goals. The consolation goal and penalty, all good. Great goals, fair play, whatever. But at the end of the day, spooky 180 minutes from Mbappe against Barcelona, who have a leaky defense. Gave him space as well. It's not like they were playing a low block. Gave him space to run. Spooky performance.
But
Barcola outperformed him.
At the end of the day, Mbappe's been getting hooked 60 minutes into the game.
Doesn't matter. He still cares, bro.
He does not care.
Stop.
You can see that he's walking out.
Gimmick,
he doesn't care.
He wants to end his PSG stint with the Champions League,
he does,
bro.
but you can just tell he doesn't have the drive, bro.
Nah. Come on, we're not doing that.
He really doesn't. I mean, that's not to say that he should be better than he is right now. No, not at all. But at the end of the day, 2 goals, a goal's a goal. 2 goals is 2 goals, you know. We have to talk about Barcola and Vitinha. I think those two are definitely the players that are driving this PSG effort in the Champions League, bar none. Vitinha is an absolute
he's a great
gem
player.
of a
player. I think
player,
he's a perfect Verratti replacement.
He's a gem of a player. Like, I guess there was a lot of questions in that midfield for PSG. Like, there was a lot of overhaul in the midfield. Mm-hmm. People were kind of viewing it as pretty weak, a weak build. But, I mean, they're proving everyone wrong. They're in the semifinals at the end of the day, taking on a Dortmund who's very, you know, I think it's doable. I think they can definitely get into the final. It could be disastrous if they don't, if I'm honest.
PSG?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a big upset. It was a remontada revenge on Barcelona. But yeah, I mean, great quarterfinals. And then there was, of course, the big game today.
The absolute thriller popcorn, get your popcorn type match. It started off back and forth. Real Madrid were looking absolutely world class with their possession. They were playing you guys out of the park with a good 20 minutes.
What are you talking about?
Good 20 minutes. They had most
out of the park?
Dude,
stop. They were
you guys
doing
lost.
well.
Bias aside now.
No. There's no bias. I watched the game. Look, Madrid were very good today in terms of their counterattacking transitions.
Even when they had possession of the ball, though?
No, they barely won the 10% of the game.
The 20 minutes.
The 10%
as
of the
I
game.
just said, the first 20 minutes of the game, they were playing you guys out of the park.
They were not playing nobody out of the park.
Yes,
Madrid were good on the counter. They were good in the transition. Of course they were. That's how they got their goal. But other than that first 30 minutes where they were a bit of a threat on the counter, they didn't do anything.
They didn't need to do anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying. They played a perfect game for what they needed to do.
Okay, that's all you need to say.
Yeah, that's all. I didn't say otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, Rodrigo got their goal.
Another goal against Manchester City, let it be known.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Champions League, kind of, yeah. I'd say so. Rodrigo's definitely turns up in the biggest matches every single time. At the end of the day, we have to talk about Kyle Walker.
Yeah, I mean, we how many times do I have to say it? I don't have to come onto this setup, this mic, and talk about Kyle Walker over and over. I've been saying since 2019, his time is up. We need to find a replacement. 5 years later, he's still starting against Real Madrid in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I don't understand it. Look, I get it. I get why he's there. Like, there's no doubt about that. He had 2 crucial runs on Vinny to stop him on the counter. That really helped us. Obviously, we know that. That's what Walker provides, but he gives us nothing else. Nothing else, bro. Nothing else. His IQ isn't there. His ball playing isn't there. His composure isn't there. He kept Vinny on sides for the goal, stupidly. You know, if that's Stones, if that's Akanji over there, if that's, you know, it doesn't really matter. If that's Rico Lewis even, maybe he doesn't keep him on sides. Walker, you're the fastest player on the team. Yet you're the deepest in that possession. Why? It doesn't make sense. Watching. It doesn't. There's no correlation there. It doesn't make sense. So it's frustrating, bro. But it is what it is. Pep trusts him. He's the captain. It's a questionable decision, but you know we move from that. Like, Rodrigo gets his goal. Second half it was utter domination though. Second half it was a different story. You know what I'm saying? It was Madrid trying to play. Hold on for their lives because it was straight pressure.
They held on for their lives.
Straight pressure.
Arsenal played more park the bus than Madrid did.
Yeah, they did. Because it wasn't like I don't know how to explain it. It was just different.
It simply was different.
It was just different, bro.
It just was.
Because Vinny and Rodrigo, regardless,
because as soon as there was the break, all Madrid players were up.
As soon as they got the ball, you saw runs happening. You saw Vinny, Rodrigo, Bellingham trying to make something happen. Yeah. We did not see that when Arsenal played, but we can stop talking about Arsenal. But yeah, I mean, the second half, it was just straight pressure, and in your mouth, broski. What did you say on this mic? KDB, step up against Madrid, please. What did he do? He stepped up like he always does. KDB always steps up in the biggest games, biggest occasions. What I hate
about KDB
biggest
fans.
Games, biggest occasions.
Point blank deflection Madrid
were lucky that he didn't play in the first leg.
What happened to his second chance when it was an actual attempt on goal? where it wasn't just laid out on a plate for
he
him.
Scores. KDB scores.
Yeah.
KDB gets his goal. Clutch
Yeah.
situations. Last 15 minutes, you need a goal to save your team. KDB steps up in the big occasions, in the business end of the season. Of course, you know, you can shut up now because you said I'll stop talking if he steps up. And what did he do?
That's not stepping up.
Oh, it's not stepping up now. So
you
scoring not stepping up.
You can put your nan. You can put your nan there and she's scoring.
Flip flop.
Put your nan there. If she scores his second attempt, yeah, fair play.
Man, shut up,
fair
man.
play.
The second attempt was
on
easier.
Top of the world.
The second attempt was easier.
Mate, what are
the
you
second
on
attempt
about?
was easier to score.
What are you on
The first
about?
one was a nuts finish. Yeah, only the roof of the net is the only option. Only the roof of the net. It's true though.
Man said that was an easier chance.
It was
deep, and he thinks he knows ball. Yeah, wrong.
Bro,
yeah,
how was the second one not easier?
Yeah,
he had the whole
this,
goal to aim for. First chance, Rudiger was on the floor. Keeper's in front of him. He can only go to the roof.
Mate,
and
it was point blank at his feet. One was a one-time rapid ball into the box. Come on, bro.
Regardless,
across his body as well. Come on, mate.
Regardless, you know, nothing much could separate the two sides. You know what I'm saying? Goes to penalties. City unlucky, you know, in my opinion, deserves to go through. There was not really no bad performances throughout the whole team, really, in my opinion. Grudic was nuts. Doku came on. He was nuts, created the goal. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was good. Just Madrid did enough to take it to penalties. And then that's the story. You know what I'm saying? Bernardo Silva goes down the middle. What were we saying? Bad pen?
You know, it's tricky because you're always going to say it's going to be a dog. It's going to be a bad pen if it's in the middle.
Right, yeah.
Because goalkeepers are never just going to stand there.
They hardly ever do.
And Lunin just took a book out of FIFA and just stood in the middle. Like, that's fair play to Lunin. It's more of Lunin, like, actually showing his dominance in a penalty shootout versus Bernardo Silva having a mare, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you know, it looks stupid when it doesn't come off, but statistics show that going down the middle is not a bad option when taking a penalty. I think Bernardo maybe could have sold it a little bit better. Maybe it was a bit too obvious, but it is what it is. Can't really blame him solely.
But like last penalty he's taken, did he go down the middle? Like, I'm curious.
Bernardo doesn't take pens.
Like, why is Lunin just standing there though? Like,
I don't know. Maybe
how's he reading that?
Maybe he just didn't sell it enough. Maybe
because like, whenever a goalkeeper stands in the middle, it's because he gets done. He's going to go in one way, but then he moves another, so it's like no point. It's not like the goalie's just ready for the middle, just standing. Yeah, I mean,
there. sometimes they just try it. Sometimes they just try it.
It's so ballsy.
Because the keeper looks stupid as well if the player doesn't go into the middle and they stay in the middle.
Yeah. So, but we have to talk about Luka Modric first. That he missed his penalty.
Giza. How are you letting Ederson save your penalty? That's the worst penalty saver in football. And you come on, bro.
Mate,
it's madness.
All I'm saying is you guys had it in your hands and it slipped through.
Yeah.
Especially with Mateo Kovacic stepping up. As soon as I saw Kovacic step up,
it was not a bad pen.
I was just like, what are you doing, mate?
It's a good save. It's a good save.
I would never in a million years allow Kovacic near a penalty shootout.
Shut up, man.
That's absurd behavior.
Shut up, man.
It truly is. But then, smooth as you like, Nacho Fernandez, Tony Rudiger, center backs from Madrid, cool finishes.
The best penalty was Ederson's.
It was good.
The best penalty was Ederson's.
It was good, but I knew he was going to make it.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Everyone knew he was going to make this.
Yeah.
Cool as you like, Rudiger absolutely takes them into the semifinals. They're going to meet, of course, Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting clash. I wouldn't count Bayern Munich out by any means.
Looks like Madrid are going to win the whole thing. Looks like Madrid.
No,
I mean, that was the final.
That on them. Don't put
that
that
was
on
the
them.
final.
Don't put that on them.
What do you mean? Don't put that on them?
You can't look past any teams.
They're the clear favorites.
League.
They're the clear favorites. Whoever was going to win this tie was the clear favorites. Madrid's going to win the Champions League now. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is this the best quarterfinal that we've ever seen? At least in our lifetime, you know, we're not huge old heads.
What was the Ronaldo hat trick against Bayern? Was that a semi?
I don't think he scored a hat trick versus Bayern.
He did.
I don't think he did.
Don't do that.
No, I actually don't think he did.
What do you mean?
I think his hat trick was against Atleti. Or no,
Hey,
and
what are you rapping about?
Wolfsburg.
It was when people were saying he was offsides for all the
I don't
goals
think he scored a hat trick.
with
I
Vidal.
don't think he scored a hat trick that game.
It was
Broski, there's a reason your mic is falling right now.
It was a
You're
hat
talking
trick.
nonsense.
Bro. It's a hat trick.
No, I don't think he scored a hat trick that game.
He scored a hat trick, bro.
I don't think he did.
Yes, he did. I'm telling you, this is not like I'm questioning it.
Oh yeah, that was a quarterfinal.
Was it a quarter or a semi?
Yeah,
I think
that
it might
was.
have been a semi.
You're right. No, it was a quarter. It was a quarterfinal. You're right. I remember now.
Then who did they play in the semis? I swear it was a semifinal.
Nah, the semifinal that you're talking about, I think was at Atleti or I don't know.
Well, okay, besides the point.
It's impossible to remember all the games.
Yeah. I
think
know.
I think it is. I think it is the best quarterfinal that I can remember. You know, it might be just recency bias, but
I wouldn't say that, but it was definitely in the most recent past couple of years. Definitely 100% blows them out of the water in terms of quarterfinals.
There was Premier League action in the weekend that we did not talk about. Huge difference in the title race now.
Yeah.
What are we saying? Liverpool drop points at Palace at home at Anfield. Klopp farewell tour looking spooky. Salah disappears again. Ski. It's crazy.
Nah, it's bad.
It's crazy.
And on top of that, it's an uphill battle for Europa League as well. So
3-0 down to.
Listen, it would have been
crazy.
A masterclass because I said it. Is Klopp going to give up Europa League to fight for the Premier League? It kind of seemed like he did.
He did, and
he chokes it,
and it costed him. What did I say in that pod?
But it's not like.
What did I say in that pod?
Don't say nothing.
What did I say in that pod? I said you can't do that if you're Klopp. You can't get rid of the Europa League for the sake of the Premier League title race, because what happens if you lose the Premier League title race? You're leaving trophyless damn near. Because no one cares about the Carababins.
That's why he's Carababins.
Yeah, no one cares about the Carababins. So you know what I'm saying? I said that you can't get rid of the Europa League, but he did it.
That's the risk.
He tried to sacrifice it.
That's definitely the risk you run,
and it costed him. I told him not to do it. He should have watched the pod. He should have watched it.
Yeah, to be fair, Klopp might actually watch the pod. To be fair,
he was listening to you. He was listening to the wrong guy.
Listening to me. But it was not like they didn't have chances, though.
They had mad chances.
Multiple chances.
Darwin, stinker.
Their expected goals was like a 2.6.
Darwin, stinker. Salah, stinker. Diaz, stinker.
Jones, easy one-on-one.
Crazy.
So many kept them in as well. Absolutely. It was shocking. I think Crystal Palace players were shocked that they won. But to be fair, their interim manager has gotten them playing pretty good football.
A bit better, yeah. Than Roy Hodgson, terrorist.
So as it stands, Arsenal did drop points as well.
Lost as well.
To Aston Villa, of course. To Senor Unai Emery himself.
The scripting.
It's a bit mad to really think. If people watching, pull up the starting 11 Aston Villa play against Manchester City versus the starting 11 he played against Arsenal.
Yeah.
You can tell he wanted this game, bro.
Nah.
He wanted this
rotation's
game.
Always a thing.
No, mate.
Injuries. Watkins was injured against City.
He was kind of injured. He could have played. Could have played.
Rotation's
he wanted this game so badly.
Always a thing.
You can tell he wanted this.
I'm sure.
Diego Carlos dropped man of the match performance in the home leg and away leg.
Yeah, after talking shit.
After saying they do not scare us.
No one's scared of Arsenal. We've been saying this.
Madness. I mean, what else is there to say? Watkins on your dome ski.
Yeah, no, so Arsenal just simply weren't good enough. The titles on the line, you know what I'm saying?
Bukayo.
They're at home, right? They were at home.
They were
at home, titles on the line. Horrible performance. Let Villa walk all over him. Masterclass from Emery. You know what I'm saying? Saka, non-existent. And this is a team.
Fans non-existent.
This is a team.
The fans are leaving before the 90th minute.
Bro, it was 75th minute.
Shameless.
75th minute, and half the stadium was empty. Mate. Nah, there's questions to be had about that fan base, bro. But anyway, Foden did score a hat-trick against Villa. Foden scores a hat-trick against Villa in the title race. Saka has a Nando sauce. So that's the difference. You know, that is the difference.
Declan Rice. Where are you at,
Yeah,
mate?
Declan.
He needs to have some,
I respect Declan, but there's levels to this when it comes to being a 6, controlling a game, taking it by the scruff of the neck.
He's not a 6. People are talking about the Declan Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard midfield trio is the worst options. I mean, what else is there? Jorginho, yeah. You could argue Jorginho definitely could have been a better option.
Jorginho was good against Bayern today.
He's been good every single time he stepped onto the pitch.
Honestly, it's Arteta trusting Havertz too much.
I think he's trusting... I don't even know, to be fair. He's just trusting...
Arsenal just don't have that killer instinct. They just don't.
He's not trusting Martinelli anymore.
And there's a good reason. Good reason for it. He's completely dropped off form from last season.
Yeah, he has. But again, he's been injured a lot this season, so it does take away from you. But defense hasn't been up to par. It just seems like the pressure has been on them.
Of course, we knew this. We knew this. We expected this. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal don't have the balls to handle a title race, to handle the business end of the season, to handle Champions League knockouts. And it's shown. We're going to get proven right every single year until something changes. I do think Arteta can do it. I personally like Arteta. But the personnel-wise, something's got to change for sure. Maybe more experience. The players just need to get a bit older.
I don't know what it is. I don't want to say, is this Arteta's ceiling?
I don't think it is, to be honest.
Because
I personally don't think it is.
He's got the personnel. It's a bit of like what I was talking about Eddie Howe in Newcastle.
He doesn't, though. He doesn't have the personnel. This is the problem with Arsenal. Throughout the season, yes, they're doing well. And then their players start getting overrated. Saliba, Gabriel, best center-back duo in the world. Saka, is he the best right winger in the world? And then people start expecting these things of Arsenal that they're just not capable of because their players are just not on that level. Arsenal's players are not on the players' levels of Liverpool, of City. And that's just the truth. And once Arsenal fans can realize that their squad isn't as good as they think they are, then
yeah. But take a look at Bayer Leverkusen though. They don't have quality players, but it's the team it's the coach that gets them that much further into the title chances or title races.
I get that, but Bundesliga is different. If you fight off Bayern, you've won the league. Whereas
it's a big fight.
Not anymore. Bayern made it easy for them this season.
But even in past seasons, I think Bayer Leverkusen still wins.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they're unbeaten, bro. So in many Bundesliga seasons, they would still win the league.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's down to the coach's philosophy, the attitude that he implements onto the players that are maybe not so mediocre, but allows them to play at a higher level than they're able to. And I just don't know if Arteta's able to reach that next level for them.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that's why it's so hard for teams to win the treble, because they've got, it comes down to the manager. That's why Pep's so successful wherever he's gone. Ancelotti, Mourinho when he had his run, Pioli.
Right, Pioli. Come on, bro. Stop trolling.
But yeah, I mean, 2 points clear. Manchester City.
Big.
They only have the Premier League to win now, basically,
and the FA Cup.
I mean, do they care about the FA Cup?
Yeah, we'll go for the double.
I would probably say Pep would lean towards.
It's only 2 games.
Doesn't matter.
It's only 2 extra games.
That's a lot.
Not really.
Pep Guardiola is going to be like, that's a lot.
Nah.
Yeah.
Pep tries to win every game. We know this. Pep City will go for the double. You know what I'm saying? But they've given Pep Guardiola's Manchester City the lead in the title race with 7 games left. That's spooky.
Still Spurs
it's
left.
Looking spooky.
Still Spurs.
For all 3 teams in the title race.
Yeah, but we know City versus
City
Spurs.
have the easiest fixture run left out of
Last time I checked, Son is indeed not injured either.
We don't care. No. We generally don't care. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, this title race is in the bag. I've seen my team in this position. We'll get it done. Especially after this. There's no way we're going to let both slip. So, yeah.
Spooky times for Manchester City.
You know, big games this weekend. And then, of course, we talked about Xabi Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen. They got it done. They got the Bundesliga title. First Bundesliga title in their history.
6 games left. Something like that.
Comfortably.
I will say, I want to propose something, because obviously when it's all said and done, you look at an entire season, 36 odd games in totality. But Bayer Leverkusen wins the Bundesliga 6 less, undefeated. If they lose a game coming into these next couple of games, does that mean they don't go undefeated?
Yeah, they don't.
But they won the Bundesliga undefeated.
I get it. Yeah, they won the Bundesliga undefeated, but they still got to go to the season unbeaten.
But why?
They got to go to the season unbeaten.
But why? Because there's nothing else to play for, so what's the point?
They got to go to the season unbeaten.
But I still think they deserve the golden trophy even if they lose.
Because
they've won the objective of the Bundesliga, which was to win the league.
Imagine, okay, I hear that. But like, imagine, I know this isn't the case, but imagine like their last 6 games was Bayern, Dortmund. I don't even know.
Matter.
Like all the best teams.
But that's not up to them.
Yeah. I'm obviously not. But like they still gotta go the whole season unbeaten because it shows that you played every team twice.
But why? There's no point. There's 0 point. I understand what you're saying. Like, obviously, looking back, you're gonna see the L's on your stats when we're in the future. But like at the same time, they went unbeaten.
I get what you're saying, but I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. They have to play the rest of the games.
It's poor. I'd be fuming if I was Xabi Alonso.
He just
give them the wins, bro. Just stack them on.
Bro, they just got to keep trying. Like,
it's poor because Xabi Alonso's not going to care now. I guarantee he's going to say, like, I do not care about
they're going to want the
undefeated.
Europa League. They're going to want the Europa League. And they're still in the Pokal too, right?
I think they won it. I swear
they won it, right?
I swear they did.
Yeah, they already won the Pokal. It's over.
Yeah, I swear they did.
They've already done the double, which is mad. We're searching it up.
Maybe they didn't.
Pretty sure they did, bro. I could have sworn they won the Pokal already. Oh, the final is May 25th. Yeah.
Okay, so
the final is May 25th. Okay, so they haven't won it yet. They're in the final. Yeah, that's right. They're in the final, the Pokal. Then they're playing. That team sucks, bro. I forgot their name, but I know that team sucks.
Kaiserslautern.
Yeah,
this is.
Oh, they're in the Bundesliga 2?
Yeah.
Madness. Yeah, they're in the Bundesliga 2. They're playing a Bundesliga 2 side in the Pokal final, May 25th.
who are almost relegated.
They're about to get relegated to Bundesliga 3. Crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's wraps.
They're going for the treble. So, obviously, Xabi Alonso is going to want to focus on Europa League. They have a huge game against West Ham.
They're 2-0 up.
But yeah, I do think they should still go for the unbeaten.
That was at West Ham.
Yeah, that was at West Ham. So they're comfy in that as well.
Comfy, mate.
The comfy is, and Liverpool are looking like they're gonna get knocked out. So the comp is.
They would if they would have to play the winners of Roma and Milan.
Oh, they play okay. Then they'll comfy. They'll be comfy.
Nah, I don't know.
Against Roma, easy.
Yeah, maybe easy, but they won't. Roma's
going through. Roma's ahead. Roma's ahead.
Last time I checked, Roma's ahead. Winning, mate.
Last time I checked, Roma's ahead.
That's why it's so hard for. That's why it's like it has to be in the conversation. If Bayer Leverkusen go through the ringer in the Europa League and go undefeated, that has to be the best.
I think
the best like
yeah.
I don't even know what.
I think it's the best. I think it's the best campaign of all time. How can it not?
Would that be the best team of all time?
No, not the best team.
Why not?
Because you're winning Europa League. It's not the treble. It's not the real treble.
But it's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, still okay. It's a great team. It's like you can't call it the best team of all time.
Why?
Clearly, because they're in the Europa League, bro. Because they're in the Europa League.
Look at the stats, though.
It doesn't matter. They can't be the best team of all time. It might be the best campaign of all time with context included. Never won the Bundesliga.
What's a harder feat? Bayer Leverkusen winning the treble. Also, first time Bundesliga winners ever. Winning the treble undefeated, or Leicester City winning the league?
I think this would be better than Leicester City winning the league, yeah, for sure. Because, yes, Leicester's odds were probably less to win the league than Bayer Leverkusen's.
Way worse players.
And way worse squad. Obviously Ranieri is a pretty known manager as well. But this team, to go unbeaten in the Bundesliga, to take off Bayern's title of 10 or 11 straight Bundesliga titles,
losing their best player in Diaby,
to win the treble as well, with lots of players who were down and out in their career, pretty much not down and out, but Xhaka. No one expected Xhaka to have this resurgence. Yeah. No one expected Grimaldo to have this resurgence.
Patrick Schick when he needed him.
So there's players in here who were looking like the back end of their careers, and they still pulled it off with young talent as well. New names, Boniface. No one knew Boniface. Frimpong breakout season. So it's it has to. I think this would be the best campaign of
Florian
all time.
Wirtz coming back from his ACL.
From an ACL injury. So they've had their struggles. They've had injuries as well this season too. So yeah, I mean, I think
they haven't lost since February of last year or something.
Bro, it's not even like they're just doing their league campaign unbeaten, bro. They haven't lost a game in all competitions, bro.
So mad. It's genuinely mind-boggling.
And I'm very happy that Xabi Alonso looks to be staying.
And it's funny because we always come back to Arsenal this video, but that stains Arsenal's legacy.
Oh, absolutely stains it.
Absolutely. Because there's a lot of ties in that Arsenal.
Bro, Bayer Leverkusen not even drawing that many games, bro.
Absolutely.
Last minute winner after last minute winner. So yeah, I would have to say yes to that question. You know what I'm saying? Let us know in the comments if you think that if Bayer Leverkusen pulls off an unbeaten treble, would that be the best campaign of all time? Let us know. And yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
Big games this weekend, you know what I'm saying? Thank God that Champions League quarterfinals lived up to expectations.
Yes, they did.
Absolutely. Hit the like button. Get in the comments, sub up, get us to 1,000 subscribers, man, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.